Welcome to the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Temperatures rising and the sport intense. In these highlights, the rowers race for gold medals. Leaping towards another Paralympic gold at the Stade de France. And 3 doubles champions are crowned in table tennis. Enjoy the highlights. The final doubles session for para-table tennis at the South Paris Arena saw Liu Xiaodong and Zhao Yuqing of the People's Republic of China take on Patrick Chinovsky and Piotr Gutzian representing Poland. The first game was close, but there was a controversial moment as China served 9-7 ahead. The Chinese pairing claimed the ball had hit the table. If it had, the point would have taken them to 10-7, game point. The umpire was resolute, maintaining that the ball had not.
No, I'm sure it doesn't see it. 9-8.
Poland were awarded the point, and the Chinese coach was shown a yellow card. The interruption worked in Poland's favour, and they took the game after a tie-break by 13 points to 11. China never really recovered, and Poland went on to take the match and the gold medal in 3 straight games.
The
mixed doubles final saw Yutajak Lin Ban Chuen and Widjitra Zhao Win of Thailand take on Fen Panfeng and Zhu Ying of China. The first game went to a tie-break. Thailand were the first to pull 2 points clear and went 1-0 up. China came back strongly in response, taking the next 2 games in quick succession. Match point, the Chinese signalled to the crowd for quiet. If they won this point, the gold was theirs. Zhu hit the net on the return. Thailand was still in with a chance. This was a match that would be fought to the end. Finally, the People's Republic of China triumphed. Fen Panfeng and Zhu Ying were Paralympic champions. Thailand faced the People's Republic of China once again, this time in the final of the men's doubles MD14 category. A close match saw both teams tied towards the end of the 3rd game. In the 5th and final game, the Chinese reached match point first. Yan Shuo serving for the gold. The match was theirs. Yao Peli and Yan Shuo have notched up another victory for the People's Republic of China. Their 7th gold in para-table tennis at the Paris 2024 Games.
Para-rowing is the ultimate test of strength and stamina. Competitors propel across 2,000 metres on a boat using oars to be the fastest in a 6-lane battle. Paralympic Games have 3 types of events: single sculls, double sculls and coxed 4. There are 3 sport classes: PR1, PR2 and PR3, related to the degree of activity limitation on the athlete's ability to row. PR1 single scull events are for rowers without trunk or leg function. They race using 2 oars and strap their bodies for support and balance. Mixed double scull races are for PR2 and PR3 rowers. They propel with 2 oars and might have some leg function to help slide the seat for power. In cox 4 races, competitors work together as a team of 4 PR3 rowers and a coxswain. Teams are 2 women and 2 men with different impairment types, each using 1 oar. The coxswain, who can be able-bodied, is responsible for steering and looking out for the tactics from rival boats. Fastest boats from the heats or repechage qualify to race for gold in the final. Power, technique timing and stroke speed determine performance.
The final of the women's PR1 singles schools was simply too close to call. Birgit Skarstein was the defending champion, but her title defence has not been straightforward. Beaten in the heats by 23-year-old Anna Sheremet of Ukraine. This, though, wasn't going to be a two-horse race. Israel's Moran Samuel made sure of this, opening up a big lead. So instead, it was the battle for second that proved intriguing. Sheremet in silver position, but Skarstein was just biding her time. And Sheremet's energy was beginning to fade. Skarstein made her move. Home favourite Nathalie Benoit did exactly the same. Sheremet dropping from second to fourth, with the finish line in sight. After bronze in Rio, silver in Tokyo, it was now gold for Samuel in Paris, and Skarstein just held off Benoit to win silver. Successive Paralympic bronze medals for the French rower, though, in her final Paralympics before retiring. Great Britain's Benjamin Pritchard setting new Paralympic Games best in the heats of the men's PR1 singles schools. Could he do it again here and beat the defending champion, Ukraine's Roman Polyansky? Italy's Giacomo Perini set the pace though, but at the halfway mark, Pritchard began to move through the gears. And with 500 metres to go, he opened up a 4-second lead. Too much for Perini, too much for Polyansky. But the Ukrainian still wanted silver to celebrate on his birthday. Pritchard took gold, second place to Polyansky, bronze for Perini, or so he thought. Shortly after the race had finished, it was announced the Italian had been excluded after using communication equipment, meaning Australia's Eric Horry, who finished fourth, took bronze. There was also British success in the PR2 mixed doubles schools. Great Britain were the defending champions, but for long periods looked as if they would lose their title to China. But with less than 500 metres to go, Great Britain showed their pace. Pacing the race to perfection, they overtook China to win gold. A third successive Paralympic title for Great Britain. China second, Israel took bronze. The penultimate final of the day saw Paralympic history made as the PR3 mixed doubles schools final took place, a brand new class making its debut. As the defending world champions, Australia were the favourites, but Great Britain were in contention for gold at halfway, not for long after that. Australia pulling away to win the PR3 class for the very first time. Great Britain in second, but only just, pushed all the way by Germany. And in the final race of the day, more British dominance. The GB Mixed Cox 4 have won this event for the last 3 games. They controlled the race from start to finish in Paris to have title number 4 to their collection. United States of America came second, and France took third ahead of Germany by just 600ths of a second. An incredible end to an incredible day, and one for Great Britain to remember. 5 races, 4 medals, 3 of them golds. Time to celebrate.
Francesca Allen.
Hasn't sunk in. I've literally just crossed the line, but right now I'm just elated. We did my process, my race plan, and look what paid off. You know, the outcome is special. I got friends, I got family, I got half of Swansea in that stand, so I just can't wait and go celebrate with them. But yeah, for now, I need to let it sink in, but it's all about the process of getting here to this moment.
You know, it's the support we've had, it's the sacrifices we've made, and to be doing it together, mate, I just can't believe it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to achieve that goal. We always work for the goal, now we've got it in our hand. But it's also, you know, it's a symbol of hope and never give up on your dreams to every person out there for disability, male, female, everyone. Just, you know, never give up and keep striving for your dreams and it will come true.
As the paracycling continued at the National Velodrome, the medals in the men's B 1,000 metre time trial would be decided. In the B category, visually impaired cyclists known as stokers ride tandem with a sighted pilot. Defending champion Neil Fackie of Great Britain, who's also the world and Paralympic record holder, qualified fourth fastest, he and pilot Matthew Robertson having gone out hard and paying for it in the final lap. There was no change of strategy in the final, as they again set a blistering pace from the off. But this time there was no let-up. A terrific ride from the British pair to put them into medal contention. Next up was Kane Perris, the Australian making his Paralympics debut here in Paris. His run was good enough for second spot with 2 riders to go. Great Britain's James Ball was a silver medalist in this event in Tokyo 2020. Down on Fackie's time in the opening laps, he and pilot Stephen Lloyd put in a mighty final stint. So 2 British riders guaranteed a medal. Only former para track and field athlete Thomas Albrecht of Germany could deny one of them a gold. He qualified fastest and was the final rider to go. Twice a silver medalist in the World Championships, Albrecht and pilot Robert Fosterman were down on the leaders from the off. A tremendous effort, good enough for bronze. But it was a 1-2 for Great Britain, James Ball taking gold and Neil Fackie silver. In the women's B 3,000 metre individual pursuit, the bronze medal race was an all-British affair, featuring world and Paralympic record holder Laura Fackie, partnered by Corinne Hall, against Lizzie Jordan and pilot Danny Kahn. Fackie, who'd just watched her husband win a silver in the previous race, set a controlled pace from the start. The lead slowly extended, Jordan struggling to keep up with her compatriot. With a lap to go, the gap to Fackie was more than 4 seconds to the good. Another medal for the Fackie household's trophy cabinet. More British interest in the final. Sophie Unwin and pilot Jenny Hull had set a new world record on their way to the gold medal race. Their opponents, Tokyo 2020 silver medalist Katie George Dunleavy of Ireland and her co-rider Eve McChrystal. There was little in it in the opening lap. The Irish team taking a 1-second lead after the first third of the race. That lead was extended over the next 1,000, but Unwin and Hull refused to panic and slowly reeled the Irish team in. A magnificent ride by the British duo. Dunleavy and McChrystal with a fine silver, but the Paralympic title went to Sophie Unwin and Jenny Hull.
In front of another enthusiastic crowd at the Stade de France, Ukraine's Oksana Zubkovska was hoping to create history by winning a 5th successive Paralympic gold medal in the women's long jump T12. Now aged 43, Zubkovska has been the world record holder for the past 12 years, and she quickly took control of the competition. She already had a significant lead when she took her 5th jump. That was measured at 5 metres 78. She was unlikely to be caught. Her nearest challenger was Sara Martinez of Spain. She recorded a distance of 5:35 in round 1. Could she improve with her last attempt? 5 metres 40 for Martinez. She would take the silver medal for Spain. Zubkovska knew she'd won this event yet again. The pressure was off for her final jump, which didn't improve her lead. It didn't matter. A 5th successive gold in the women's long jump T12 class for the unbeatable Oksana Zubkovska. The star attraction in the women's discus F64 category was Yao Zhuan of the People's Republic of China. She was competing in her 7th Paralympic Games and was hoping to add to her 5 gold medals, one across javelin, shot put and discus events. Her main rival was teammate Yang Wei. This was Yang's throw in the 2nd round. It was measured at 42.39. She had the lead. The pressure was on Yao as she tried to improve on a first throw of 41.07. 41.98 for Yao, and she would take the silver medal. But for Yang Yue, a runner-up 4 times at the Paralympic Games, it was gold at last. There was another Paralympic record in the men's shot put F40 category. Portugal's Miguel Monteiro is the world record holder in the event, and he took gold with this throw in round 3. It was measured at 11 metres 21 centimetres. The silver medal went to Mongolia's Batulga Segmid. That throw of 11 metres and 9 centimetres was a new personal best. Delight for the Mongolian supporters. But the event winner was Portugal's Miguel Monteiro.
We worked very hard for these Paralympic Games, especially the last 3 months. It was a difficult year because of the studies and sports, but we had three main objectives for this summer, and we achieved them.
Thank you for your congratulations. It's the most beautiful gold medal. I waited 22 years. It took me 22 years. Thanks to Paris and thanks to myself for being persistent. I have persisted for 22 years. Thank you to my coach and my teammate for accompanying me for 23 years.
At the South Paris Arena, the men's goalball competition continued. Japan and Egypt had both lost their opening 2 matches, meaning they came into their final pool stage contest looking for their first point. Although all teams in the pool stage progressed to the quarterfinals, the group standings will determine the seedings for the knockout stage, so a win here could impact their medal hopes. Egypt were the lowest scorers in the men's competition. They almost made a perfect start when Omar Mohamed hit the frame of the goal with the first shot. Ahmed Abdelrazak then came close. His effort tipped onto the bar. Egypt's early pressure told when they were awarded a penalty throw, following a throw violation by Kaneko Kazua. Mohamed made no mistake. But their lead would only last a few seconds. Sano Yuto immediately made it 1-1. And from that moment on, Japan went on to dominate. 5 more unanswered goals before half-time, including 4 for Kaneko, and they led 6-1 at the break. Any hopes Egypt had of mounting a comeback in the second half were extinguished with the very first play of the second period. Substitute Miyajiki Koji setting the tone for the remainder of the match, as Japan scored 5 more goals in a little over 2 minutes, breaking up a 10-goal lead, bringing the contest to an end. 11-1 the final score. Egypt finished 4th in Pool B, with Japan just above them.
The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America met in the final Pool A match of men's goalball. The USA in red could not have wished for a better start, racing into an early 2-goal lead. Callahan Young turning defence into attack to score his 2nd goal. Things would get even worse for Iran. Christian King found a way past the Iranian cover to make it 5-0 for the Americans. Iran yet to lose at Paris 2024, but they were in danger of a heavy defeat against a rampant USA side. Finally, there was some hope for Iran. Milad Souri managing to squeeze the ball between defender and the frame of the goal. The USA ended the half how they started it. Matt Simpson with an awkward bouncing ball that deceived the Iranian defence. The USA with a commanding 9-3 lead at the break. An advantage they were determined to keep. Tyler Merrin to the rescue to frustrate Iran. The Americans won silver at Rio 2016 and they were warming up nicely for the knockout stages at these games. Simpson the scorer this time. Iran were unlucky to concede here. Young with his 6th goal of the game, 13 for him in the competition. Sori was Iran's most effective player. This his 5th goal, another example of superb accuracy. The USA were always in control and ran out winners by 14 goals to 7. So the final standings, Brazil topping the pool, with all 4 countries qualifying for the quarter-finals.
Feels good. I mean, always going in the quarters, it's always great to, have a win going after that. So it's a really good position to be in. We want to come out there and, play our best game and play really well. They had an amazing game yesterday, so we didn't want to let them take over us in the first half. So we came out strong.
Blind football is a popular sport at the Paralympic Games. Men's five-a-side football is adapted for athletes with vision impairment. Each team has 4 outfield players and a goalkeeper. Matches are 30 minutes split into 2 15-minute halves. The pitch is the same size as FIFA futsal. Kickboards stop the ball from going out, and no offside rule ensures continuous play. Outfield players are blind or partially sighted. Some athletes can see light and shadows, others might see the movement of their hands. All outfield players wear blackout eye masks. Goalkeepers have partial or full vision and are not blindfolded. They must play in the goalkeeper's area. The ball has a bell inside and makes a sound when it moves. When going for the ball, players shout "voy," giving players another cue on the defence or attack. Each team also has 3 sighted guides who can give instructions in their respected third of the pitch. The goalkeeper in the defensive third, a guide in the attacking zone who can use words or bang on the goalpost during a free kick or penalty, and finally the coach in midfield. Fans must be silent until the ball is out of play or a goal is scored.
The early rounds of the blind football are taking place under the iconic Eiffel Tower. The opening pool game B was between Japan, who finished 5th in Tokyo, and Colombia, who are making their debut at these Paralympic Games. Blind football is played with 4 outfield players who wear eye shades and 1 goalkeeper who can be sighted but must stay inside the goalkeeping area. The ball has a bell which makes a noise when it moves. Colombia started more positively and nearly scored from a free kick. Great play and strike from Juan David Perez Quintero. But he didn't have to wait too long for that opening goal. Again, superb individual play from the Colombian to give his side the lead in the 8th minute. Japan had their chances in the second half. This one from Hirabayashi Taichi, saved by the goalkeeper. Time was against them as they pushed for an equaliser. But the Colombian defence stood firm. So a win for Colombia. Juan David Perez Quintero, the star player, and the best start for the newest blind football team at the Paralympic Games.
Es una cosa indescriptible, la verdad.
It's an indescribable thing. The truth is, it's something I've dreamed of. We've had this on our minds. We've prepared for this since October last year. I dedicate my goal to my daughter, who turns 5 today. May God bless us on this journey to the gold medal here in Paris. And I'm happy to be able to contribute to my team. And thanks to all the people who are supporting us from Colombia.
It was Morocco against Argentina at the Eiffel Tower Stadium in Pool B of the blind football competition. Morocco won the bronze at the Tokyo Paralympics. Argentina went one better, securing the silver. When these two sides met in the group stage 3 years ago, Zuhair Sneisler scored for Morocco. And midway through the first half here, he had their first real chance, but was unable to capitalise from close range. And just a few seconds later, Argentina had an opportunity of their own. Hicham Lamlas fouled Maximiliano Espinillo in the box. The referee awarded a penalty. Espinillo scored twice when these sides met in Tokyo. This a chance to open the scoring in this one. But goalkeeper Samir Barra was equal to it. His save kept it goalless. Later in the half, when Morocco committed a 5th foul, Espinillo was given another opportunity. Again, an opportunity he couldn't take. Into the second half, Sneasler thought he'd done enough with this effort, only to see Argentina goalkeeper Karaman Mulek get down well to deny the Moroccan after a well-worked free kick. Neither side could find the back of the net in this one. 0-0, the final score.
The group stage of wheelchair basketball continued with Australia against the United States of America. Plenty of support for the Australians, and they needed a win. Bottom of Group A after 2 games, and facing a side with a perfect record. First points to the United States. Team talisman Steve Serio to Brian Bell for the layup. The Americans have enjoyed swift starts throughout the tournament, so Australia had to keep pace. Captain Tristan Knowles getting off the mark. They built a 5-point lead. It didn't last long. Trayvon Jennifer stealing and scoring. Before Australia gave Jake Williams too much time and space. A 7-point deficit looked ominous for Australia until Tom O'Neill-Thorne took over. Not once, but twice. A pair of 3-pointers to make it a 1-point game. The emergence of 19-year-old Ethan Laird has been a positive for Australia despite 2 defeats, and he began to influence the game. Vision, speed and solo ability on display here. Determination too. No quarter asked nor given in this battle with Williams. And not much thought for the officials either. A high-scoring first half, appreciated by both sets of supporters in the Bercy Arena. If the United States were feeling the pressure, they didn't show it. Bell behind the back to Jennifer, who found the basket. Such was the gap, the US bench top scorer Williams for the whole of the second half, although Serio returned to see his side home. The Americans now 3 for 3, winning this one 76 points to 69. Germany and Japan met in the group stage of women's wheelchair basketball, both sides searching for their first win of the tournament. The Japanese settled first, Tsuchida Mayumi off the mark. German success was likely to rest on Marika Miller having a good match, and the prolific forward delivered with 8 points in the first quarter. But Japan finished with a flourish, the captain Kitada Chihiro just beating the buzzer to make it a 1-point game. Germany struck first after the break, but some slick passing between Amamoto Mari and Nagamoto Amane kept Japan in touch. More points from Miller gave Germany breathing space. Back came Japan with another from distance, the basket appreciated by players and supporters inside the arena. But the Japanese couldn't match Marika Miller, 19 points in the first half. A lead of 10 at the break, Germany fans of all ages seeing and believing, if not necessarily hearing. They couldn't have predicted what would follow, a flurry of baskets from Kitada. This, followed by another, and another. The 10-point deficit turned into a 2-point lead. But that was as good as it got for Japan. Germany regrouped and scored 6 unanswered points at the start of the fourth quarter. And although Kitada kept up her remarkable run, just beating the buzzer, Miller continued to accumulate at the other end. She finished with an extraordinary 39 points, Germany running away with it, 67 to 55.
For us to win the gold here, it would obviously be a massive achievement to complete the career Golden Slam. After Wimbledon, I've tried not to put that sort of pressure on myself because I did it for such a long time. But it doesn't mean I'm less hungry, and it doesn't mean that I don't want to go out and fight for every single point in every single match. Being number one in singles and doubles, it probably adds more of an expectation and a slight pressure, I guess. I go into every event with the mindset that I'm the favourite and that I believe and I back myself to win it. But it doesn't change going into this one with it being the Paralympics. It's quite nice that we're in a familiar setting to do that as well, being Roland Garros is obviously played out of here as well. Clay courts do suit my game, yeah. I would say that it gives me an advantage, and it's a surface that I've loved from day one, really. I played a lot of clay matches when I was a junior, and Roland Garros was actually my first Grand Slam singles victory. So I have a lot of good memories from this place. Obviously, Taquito has been more dominant in the last few years, but I would definitely say that I enjoy playing on these courts. When I played my first Paralympics in Rio, I was probably not seen as one of the favourites, yet I came away with a silver. So I know anything is possible, and you've really got to be on it. It's an incredible event to be a part of, and anything can happen, so you really have to take it one match at a time. I'm just looking forward to the challenge and trying to embrace the Paralympic spirit.
Top seed Alfie Hewitt of Great Britain faced Sergei Lesov of Israel in the second round of the men's singles wheelchair tennis at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Hewitt missed out on a podium place at Tokyo 2020, but is among the favourites for gold here. The British player made a typically fast start. Dominating from the start, he eased into a 3-love first set lead.
Game good.
He pushed on from there, closing out the opening set 6-love in ruthless fashion. 20-year-old Lesov, playing in his first Paralympic Games, held serve at the start of the second set. A clean forehand, giving him a 1-love set lead. But Hewitt was never under any genuine pressure and simply moved up a gear. He duly took the 6-love 6-1 win to book his place in the third round. Fourth seed Gustavo Fernandez of Argentina took on Federic Cattaneo of France in his second round match over on court Suzanne Longlen. Fernandez made a fast start, racing through the first set to take it 6-1. The second was far closer. Cattaneo snatched a crucial break in the 8th game to level it at 4-4. But the power of Fernandez was too much. He took the next 2 games for a 6-1, 6-4 win and a place in the third round. Next up, it was a battle of 2 teenagers. A second seed Oda Taquito of Japan took on Ben Bartram of Great Britain. Oda lived up to his reputation early on, playing the key points well to take the first set. But the second set was significantly closer. Bartram consistently ahead, with Oda under pressure to hold serve and stay in contention.
Game over.
A tie-break seemed inevitable. In the tie-break, it was the Japanese player who prevailed, closing out a 6-2, 7-6 win for a place in the third round.
Game, 7 match. Oda by 2 sets to love. 6-2, 7-6.
Sergey is, I think, the highest ranked unseeded player in the draw, I think. So I know he's capable of, of playing really good tennis. He gave me a challenge at the start of the second set, and he could have gone 2-1 up, but I think I held my serve really well and finished strongly. So I'm really happy to definitely get things kicked off in a good way here.
There was plenty of fast-paced action in day 4 of the Paris swimming heats at La Défense Arena. Colombia's Nelson Crispin Corzo got away well in the men's SB6 100-metre breaststroke. He flew to the front of the pack in the first 50 metres and looked poised to put down a fast time. His definitive first-place time was just 1 minute and 20.7 seconds. Swimmers clocked blistering speeds in the men's S10 100-metre freestyle too. Australia's Rowan Cruthers had an impressive swim, while Italian star and S9 swimmer Simone Barlam smashed the Paralympic record in 53.89 seconds. But it was Cruthers who moved through to the medal round in first place. In the women's race, it was close at the turn, but French swimmer Emmeline Pierre hit the wall first before an exuberant home crowd. The Tokyo 2020 Paralympic gold, silver and bronze medalists lined up in the heat of the SM8 men's 200-metre individual medley. China's Yang Guanglong won bronze in this event in Tokyo, but he was on the hunt for an upgrade. In the end, he couldn't hang on against compatriot Xu Haijiao's closing speed, finishing second. Tokyo champion Mark Malyar from Israel came in third. They'll all progress into a tough medal showdown. Another packed field in the women's 200-metre individual medley SM8. In the first heat, Alice Tai of Great Britain looked in good form to finish first, but neutral Paralympic athlete Victoria Ishulova drew ahead in the breaststroke length and finished in first place. In the second heat, world record holder Brock Whiston of Great Britain lined up in lane 4. The United States of America's Jessica Long was ready to give her a fight, establishing dominance in the backstroke. Their fight continued to the end, Whiston just taking the win ahead of Long and Genia Francesca Palazzo of Italy. They'll line up for an exciting final. In the men's SM3 150-metre individual medley, German swimmer Josiah Tim Alexander Topf got off to a good start in the backstroke length and had a huge lead by the final length. SM2 swimmer Gabriel Geraldo dos Santos Arujo of Brazil was in second place, clocking a new world record in his classification, a rapid 3 minutes 15.06.
The men's individual W1 para-archery competition concluded at Les Invalides. Archers competed in head-to-head knockout contests, with their cumulative scores counting from 15 arrows, fired in 5 ends of 3, shot at a target 50 metres away. Han Guifei of the People's Republic of China represented his nation in wheelchair rugby back in 2008. His score of 140 was enough to see him through the para-archery elimination round. The United States of America's Jason Tabansky also fired well in the day's first round, so he too was through. Having set a world record score in the ranking qualification round, Chinese archer Jiang Tianxin received a bye to the quarter-final stage. He made the best of it and advanced smoothly to the semi-finals. Czechia's defending champion David Rahoninski also had a bye, but he couldn't use it to his benefit, losing out to Tabansky of the USA. Number 2 seed Bahattin Hekimoğlu of Turkey also fell in the quarter-finals after a bye. He was beaten by Italy's Paolo Tonon. In an all-Chinese semi-final, top seed Zhang was slightly below his own high standards. But Han would still have to capitalize under pressure. A nervous final arrow. But it was enough for Han to move to the gold medal match. In the other semi-final, there was a wayward final end from Italian Tonon, meaning that Tabansky was the one who advanced. The bronze medal match was first, but Tonon couldn't rediscover his earlier good form. Jiang Tianxin remained calm and composed to secure his first individual Paralympic medal. As Han Guifei of China and Jason Tabansky of the USA competed for the other 2 places on the podium. Good form from Han gave him a 2-point lead after 3 ends. But he wouldn't hit another 10 in the contest. Tabansky had the chance to turn the scores around. And he seized his opportunity, sealing an emotional triumph. Jiang Tianxin claimed the bronze medal. Han Guifei won silver, also for the People's Republic of China. And it was Jason Tabansky from the United States of America who won the men's individual W1 para-archery gold medal.
I wanted to do physical therapy. I wanted to, go to the gym, improve my diet, get stronger, all those goals to be the best archer that I possibly could. And now here I am, being at top of the world. So aside from saving my life, it has taken me to so many beautiful places and met so many amazing people that I thought I'd never have the opportunity to do again.
In the final of the women's 200 metres T36 category, there were 2 main contenders for the gold medal. New Zealand's Danielle Aitchison is the world record holder after clocking 27.47 seconds earlier this year. But she faced a real challenge from Shi Yi-ting of the People's Republic of China, who was back to defend the title she won in Tokyo 2020. In qualifying at Paris 2024, Aitchison had set a new Paralympic record of 28.09. Who would win the final? This event is for runners with coordination impairments, and it was Aitchison and Shi who quickly emerged as the front runners. Aitchison had picked up silver at Tokyo 2020 behind Shi. And as they approached the finish line, she trailed again, but only just. Shi the winner, with Aitchison a close second. Third place and the bronze medal went to Marley Lovell of Australia. But victory in a time of 27.50 seconds, a new Paralympic record, was Shi Yi-ting of the People's Republic of China.
In the second round of Pool B games in the men's sitting volleyball, the world's top-ranked sides met as Brazil took on the Islamic Republic of Iran. The Asians are record 7-time Paralympic gold medalists, so the pressure was on the Pan American champions Brazil, who had lost their opener. Iran, in white, had won theirs and was soon into their stride. A lovely touch from Maysam Alipur, extending their early lead. After the delicate, the power, as Morteza Mehrzad, the world's second tallest man, used his size to help the defending champions take the first set. Brazil was struggling to stay in it, but Diogo Rebucas gave them hope with some fine play. The The world's leading side have power throughout, though, as the impressive Mahdi Babadi showed as Iran took the second set. Brazil's coach called a timeout as his side trailed by 6 points early in the third set, and his team responded, even edging in front. But Iran and Mehrzad, who has a reach of over 6 foot even when sitting, had other ideas. Shortly after, the Iranians took the match by 3 sets to nothing to book their place in the semi-finals, with Brazil's hopes of joining them there now looking very slim. In the day's second game, also at the North Paris Arena, the People's Republic of China looked to build on their fine start, beating defending champions, the United States of America, in their opener. The Asian champions were facing an Italy side also seeking a second straight win, having thumped France. But the Chinese are a different proposition, and after Shui Mei Tang cleverly disguised a drop shot as a smash, they soon took the opening set 25-15. China have more Paralympic gold medals, 3, than Italy have appearances, now 2, and Xu Yixiao helped her team with 2 sets to nothing lead. With less than an hour played, an Italian service error allowed the Tokyo 2020 runners-up to book their place in the semi-finals after a comprehensive 3-0 win.
Make some noise for People's Republic of China!
I'm really excited about going to the wheelchair rugby today.
I was watching on TV last night, and although it says there's no sort of bodily contact between the athletes, they are encouraged to whack each other with their wheelchairs.
Yeah, and I saw this morning GB beat Australia yesterday, so we're already off to a winning start.
You see on TV last night, a couple of wheels just flew off.
Yeah, I saw 2 wheels, yeah. I'm going to have to reverse on for this one. Paralympic logo's up the top there, Dad, look.
Yeah, I can see that.
So sick. It is very impressive.
Yeah.
The avatar is cool, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's in through here, isn't it? Yeah.
Bonjour, bonjour. Wow.
Yeah, excited.
Yes. Oh my word. Wow.
It's time to meet the teams. First of all, Great Britain.
Whoa. You certainly get to hear the thump, don't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is insane. Sometimes I think they deliberately crash into each other just for the crash.
Is that allowed?
Brilliant. Brilliant stuff.
Some of these wheels here would not look out of place.
Yeah, it is very Mad Maxy. Okay. Oh, amazing. Yeah, us gaming it. Come on, 2 for 2. Oh, shit. Oh, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I was just the quantum bangs, the clashing, the speed, the skill. Brilliant.
Well done, boys.
What a great game that was. Eh?
Oh, yeah, all we've got to do
Amazing
now is find a
game.
bus stop and go home.
Yeah.
The wheelchair rugby competition at the Champ de Mars Arena reached the knockout stage with the first semi-final between Japan and Australia. Japan, wearing red, had won 3 out of 3 in the group stage. Australia were the reigning world champions. The 2 teams met in the bronze medal match at Tokyo 2020, which Japan won. Australia were clearly determined to avenge that defeat. Riley Batt gave them an early lead. The match was predictably close and competitive. Late in the first period, a turnover of possession allowed Japan to move ahead for the first time. Tension continued to build in the second period as the teams traded tries and heavy collisions. Australia led 25-24 at half-time, but the crowd was ready for more excitement and a tight finish. Pressure began to tell on the players too. A Japanese mistake with less than a second of the third period remaining meant Australia still led by 1 try. An immediate turnover extended their advantage at the beginning of the fourth. Australia had the ball with time running out and just needed to score 1 more try. Instead, Japan stole possession to take the match into 3 minutes of overtime. And the crucial moment went to Japan. Riley Back's pass intercepted by Ike Yukinobu. And a 2-try lead proved decisive. As the buzzer sounded, Japan could celebrate reaching a Paralympics gold medal match for the first time. Australia will play for the bronze. Final score, Japan 52, Australia 51.
これまでの自分たちの成績を超えたというところで、今までの自分たちを超えたという気持ちで、もちろん勝利ではありますけれども、最後まで自分たちのラグビーをやりきる、勝利よりも自分たちのラグビーを遂行するということにフォーカスして臨んだ結果が奇跡のような最終の結果を勝利を生んだのではないかと思っています。
Para badminton had reached the semi-final stage of the women's singles WH1 category. And Mankato from Belgium
Please welcome the number 3 seed.
Was up against Sujurat Pukam from Thailand. So had impressed in her quarter-final, but Pukam, the silver medalist in Tokyo 2020, was a step up in class. Less than 4 minutes gone, and To was 8-1 down. She did save 3 game points, but the lead was too large, and Pukam took the first, 21-13. The Belgians showed some fight, saving 3 match points. But the tie came through easily enough in the end. Japan's Tony Serena awaits in a repeat of the final in Tokyo 2020.
21-13, 21-15.
In the women's singles WH2 semi-final, Ilaria Rengli from Switzerland met Li Hongyan from the People's Republic of China. This was a much tighter affair. Rengli's shot too long here as Li took a 2-shot lead. But the Swiss was always playing catch-up. And a shot of perfection secured the first game for Li. Rengli found it harder to live with her opponent in the second game. 11-2 down at the interval. She received some much-needed encouragement from her coach. But the world number 7 was much too strong, claiming a 21-11 victory. And a place in the final, where Paralympic champion Liu Yutong awaits.
21-12.
Into the men's singles in the WH2 category. The semi-final was between Yu Su-young from the Republic of Korea and Chan Ho-Yuen from Hong Kong, China. Chan, the bronze medalist from Tokyo 2020, has announced he will retire after these games. And after Yu failed to convert 2 game points, Chan grasped the opportunity to take the first, 23-21. Into the second game, and the world number 2 took a 3-point lead into the interval. Worrying moment for Yu, who was struggling with an arm injury. His woes increased as he was hit by the shuttlecock in the face. A complete accident, but it enabled Chan to increase his lead. And serving for a place in the final, with 10 match points, Chan saw his Paralympic dream edge 1 step closer. An emotional moment for both men, and the Chan, the fairy tale continues.
Fans of the Republic of Korea and Canada converged on the South Paris Arena in anticipation of their Pool D meeting in the women's goalball competition. Canada last won a Paralympic medal in this event 20 years ago, when they secured the gold medal in Athens. These two sides came into this one with identical records here in Paris, having both won one and lost one from their 2 matches so far. It had the potential to be a close encounter, and so it proved, with both defences resolute. Block after block after block. 0-0 at half-time. With a little over 3 minutes remaining and still no score, Korea called a time-out. Could a tactical shift lead to the breakthrough? Well, in the final few moments, it was a case of more of the same. And when Canada's Emma Renke saw her shot blocked with the final throw of the match, the first goalless draw at the Paralympic Games for 12 years.
The first final of the day in shooting parasport was the mixed 10-metre air rifle prone SH1. Following qualifying, the top 8 athletes made the final. One by one, the shooters would be eliminated to determine who would emerge the Paralympic champion. The world record holder, Slovakia's Veronika Vadovičová, got off to a good start, leading the way after 10 shots with a score of 106. The first athlete, though, to exit the contest was Ukrainian Iyana Shetnik. Despite a final shot of 10.8, it wasn't enough. Not to be this time for the Tokyo bronze medalist. Next to be eliminated from the contest was Finland's Jarkko Nili, Thailand's Chutama Aranmat, and 3-time Paralympic medalist Matt Skellen. As Vadovičová continued to lead the points tally, it was the People's Republic of China's Shi Huanyu who narrowly missed out on a medal, finishing 4th. With 0.8 points separating the top 3, it was all to play for. A 10.8 for Slovakia's Radoslav Malinovsky knocked out Spain's Juan Saavedra, who took the bronze. A shootout then between the 2 Slovakian athletes. With 2 shots to go, Vadovičová produced a 10.8 and a 10.5. That meant a total of 254.2, a new Paralympic record and a 7th Paralympic medal for the 41-year-old. Another chapter in her incredible career.
We've been training for the whole 4 years since the last Paralympics. I'd like to thank Slovak Paralympic Committee and Slovak Police Sports Center for their continuous support and creating excellent conditions for training.